Alright guys, another account review is in session. Today we have afgandude here. Started playing since April 2020 during Crimson Echoes rerun. Pictures as of September 4th, 2022. So his message to me is, I never missed a day. Probably a small whale. Used to be a whale for coins during events. Ever since oil changes haven't had to. Yes, pretty much everyone. Monthly card and cruise pass enjoyer. All right. That is the basic intro. So right now, let's get right into the account. So let's see here. This is like what, 2.5 years? Yeah, 2.5 years. So pretty much everything is done. Yeah, 99.4% collection. I wonder what you're missing. I wonder what that last ship you're missing is. Hopefully you got Musashi as well too. I say this to everyone. Hopefully you got Musashi. But as of right now, though, pretty much everything should be maxed up until now. 2.5 years is a lot of time to put into an account. So most of these things should be maxed out now, and they are. Yeah, they pretty much are as of right now. So that is good. We'll talk about the stuffs in particular later on, but as of right now, this guy, he's pretty much good to go on everything. I just want to see what he's missing. He has 99.4% collection. Well, actually, we could probably figure this out. Wait, there's 95 pictures. You're kidding me. I'm not gonna look through 95 pictures. Wait, judging by this, I think he's missing New Orleans. I think New Orleans is definitely one of the ships he's missing. Unless I'm trolling right now. I don't see I don't see New Orleans. I think New Orleans is definitely one of the ships he's missing as of right now. The good old World 14 missing. Rainbow gear as of right now. We're missing the Tenrai. Work on that Tenrai, and then go back to get the 457. It should be okay, like I told everyone else. Plus 13 gear as of right now. I don't know if you actually work on them, but we need some plus 13s as of right now if you're focusing on end game. Theme catapults, the usual stuff. I made a video, I think, like a week ago about things you want to plus 13 for gear, so I highly recommend that you look through those. And then washing machines, some Seattle guns here, gold fire control radars. We got a good selection of everything. More Dido AAs would be nice as well too. I highly recommend if you can make more Dido AAs, go ahead and make those. One more bidder and you're good to go right there. And then do we have any junkers here? We have one junker. I say make at least 2 more, maybe 3 more. You'll be in a good spot. AP rockets, definitely we need 1 more of those. Plus 13 those as well too. Actually, I don't see much plus 13s in here. Wait, hold up. Plus 13s. Okay, I see the 457. Alright, I don't know what your focus is on as of right now, but we're going to need some plus 13s in here, my dude. We're going to need some plus 13s. Anyway, scrolling down to gear. This is probably most of the pictures are here. Yep. The good old guys. The good old. The 14-3 gap. The classic. The absolute classic. Everyone loves getting stuck at 14-3. I'm pretty sure he has questions about it, so I'll talk about it later on. But yeah, the classic 14-3 stuck point for a lot of gamers out there that play this game. In terms of PR though, let's see what we have. PR1 is done. That is good. PR2 also done minus FDG. You're lacking some prints there, my man. Hopefully she doesn't get Fate Sim 5 soon because you're gonna be missing like 200 prints right there. So I would prepare that beforehand just to be safe. PR3 is done. PR4, I think that's done. Yeah, that should be done. Minus the Fate Sim 5s, but you'll worry about that another time. PR4 is basically done though. And then PR5 working on as of right now. Very, very good. Interesting choice in Valentine's. We have Taiho and Sheffield here. So this is actually a weird combination. It goes from, I guess, like dominant, like femdom kind of. I guess this guy has like a femdom fetish. There's a lot of ships like that. So I mean, you do you, my dude. No rainbow books. That is fine. Unlucky. But it is what it is. We have okay. He saved all his plates here. I would start using them if you're getting into end game, specifically like aircraft ones. Again, I have that video out if you want to look at it to see which ones you want to prioritize for end game bossing in those kind of scenarios. But I would definitely start using those gold plates, man. You're gonna need them. Could use more cubes, yes. you do maybe need a bit more cues, especially after the Musashi event. But I think we had a long time to recover though, so we should be okay for at least some people. Plates are fine. General parts are low, like you said right here. And everything else is fine. Yep. Here you go. So you get Riho now. I don't know how to get Uranami. Uranami. Yeah, I don't know how to get Uranami either. I think she's a ship from an event. I'm not sure. New Orleans though, yeah. It's always New Orleans like one of the biggest sticking point for a lot of people, so there's that. This cat right here, if it's KMS battleship using, it's fine. Otherwise, it's kind of meh. This cat is usable by all means. 3 lines is fine, but I would go for 4 though. Takimaru, it's okay. Don't get me wrong, it's fine. I'm just not a fan of like Vanguard cats, but it is a good Takimaru though. Minus this line, but 5th lines are hard to get, so just 4 lines is fine. This Takimaru is usable. It's usable. This aircraft cat right here is usable, but it can definitely be improved on, but it's usable for now. This cat is, I would say, if you're using Shinano and Hakuryu, this cat is better than this cat right here, because you have way more damage lines. Even though it's 3% damage from Flame's aggression, there's more stats here, so I like that cat for Shinano and Hakuryu setups. This pound, whew, that pound is awful. Jesus, that pound is awful. This one here is, it's 2 lines. Definitely could do better though. Alright, we have OS fleets here. I can talk about these later on. I just want to see all the other stuff first. Oh my god. Alright, I think he posted like everything here. Alright, so nice. We got through all of that. Anyways, let's answer the questions because this guy has a lot of pictures. I want to go through all of them to make sure we get everything covered. The first question is, I've been trying level 15 renowned meta, but I struggle with repulse meta. Alright, repulse was annoying. Repulse, you had to play Shinano, Hakuryu, Nagato, and you had to run a very fast aircraft setup with a lot of perma reload to get 4 airstrikes off. That fight was meant for 4 airstrikes, so if you can't do 4 airstrikes, you need to run faster plays, you need to run more perma reload. Overall, that fight was just abysmal. I hate that fight so much. But that's pretty much it though. As for renowned meta, it's much easier. Battleships can just destroy it right now with New Jersey, Vanguard, and Musashi. I've done it many times now. And if you have Plymouth as well too, it makes things much easier. So Renown is definitely way easier compared to Repulse by far. The second question is, speaking of gear, should I focus on getting more Rainbow 457s, Drake guns, or first Tenrai? First Tenrai, then go back for a second 457. After that, do whatever you want at that point. I don't have prints for Phase 75 FDG. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier, so I'm wondering if I should go back for PR2. I say get your Tenrai first, but let me look at your UR prints real quick. Yeah, you're kind of close to finishing your first Tenrai, so get the Tenrai first. It should take like probably like 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, if you really stick in the queues. Then go back to your 457s. I say do that first. The third question is how to get more Rainbow Gold skill books. Pretty much buy the OS resets per month and then just do dailies. That's pretty much all I can tell you to do. And then buy from the shop as well too. Like the general shop has stocks of gold books every now and then. Buy it there as well too. You should be okay. That's pretty much it though. I'm running out of books as well too, so relatable. Fourth question is Operation Siren optimization advice. I think my fleets are pretty solid, but I've been able to complete 2 of the monthly hard arbiters fights. Don't matter which ones. I think you're clearing all of them except maybe I think if you were to struggle on one of them, it'd probably be Hermit, because Hermit you need torpedoes, so that's gonna be difficult. But aside from that though, I think your first fleet is fine. I'm gonna assume that you're running a radar scan. Alright, the anti-air right here makes no sense on Helena. I would remove that. Give her more health. Or give her that USS thing that makes her invulnerable so she doesn't die at the end. Do that. As for your backline gear, it's okay. I think it's fine. I do think no, I think it's fine. I think it's fine for the most part. Yeah, it should be okay. New Jersey, do you have New Jersey in here? New Jersey, I think there's a mob setup, right? Mob setup. All right, again, a lot of people use San Diego mob setup. I don't know if it's because of the filler or what, but San Diego doesn't do anything in Operation Siren. Like there are some aircraft bosses, but it's not a big deal. And even then, like she can't solo all the planes by herself. That's the thing. So San Diego's like a wasted slot there. You're better off getting another damage dealer, like a Drake or something, or some kind of buffer to make New Jersey much stronger, like a Plymouth or something. So there's that. As for the third carrier fleet here, you have Sirius. I would get a ARA in here. Get a Kazugumo. You have Kazugumo, put her in here. Um, yeah, you're gonna need a Kazugumo because you're running two IJNs. Take out the Yukikaze. Kazugumo would be best here. Otherwise, Yuguri works here as well too. You gotta bench out the Udachi, my man. As for the fourth fleet, I think the fourth fleet. I think fourth is the mob fleet. Yeah, fourth is the mob fleet. So if this is your boss fleet, General boss could be better. Yeah, Aquila is definitely not a boss there by all means. I would now they have Musashi, I think, put her in there, and then put Enterprise or something. Much stronger setup if you were to do something like that. And this mob setup, I think this mob setup works fine. I think Gian is overkill. You don't need her protection anymore with the 125 cap. So kick her out for more damage. Neptune has some damage, but again, you could probably kick her out as well too if you like her, use her. But I would kick them out for more damage though. Excuse me. Oh man. I think New Jersey's damage or Neptune's damage was on the lower end, so more torpedoes fine. Like put Udachi in mob setup is much better. Like kick out Gian for Yukikaze or Udachi, and put Yuguri or Kazugumo in this slot right here. And then if you want to use Neptune, it's fine. Otherwise, I'll find someone who does more damage as a Vanguard and throw her in here. Like, I don't know, another strong, like, heavy cruiser or something. But that's up to you, though. I think Neptune's damage is, like, whatever. But it's up to you, though. The fifth question is, I struggle with EX mode fights. I don't know. I don't even get close to completing them. How do you usually do them? If you're doing EX nowadays, you have to manual it because it's difficult to one tap now because they buff the health. If you're struggling with EX fights, you have to manual. And my best advice to anyone that's manualing is when you're in combat, in the bottom left corner of the screen, just hug like the walls right here, either go up and down or left and right, because this makes it so you get more time to react to projectiles as well as move along in straight lines rather than like if you're right here you move like this way, you're not dodging as like perfectly as like going up and down or left and right. It's much better that way, so I would do that. That's my advice to you. You gotta play manual, but stay in like the corners or whatever. It's much easier to dodge there. The sixth question is, I tried 14.3 once and I got destroyed. Can I get some fleet advice? I have my chapter 14 guide. I said it every single time in those account reviews. Go ahead and watch that. You're going to need some destroyers because it's the submarine, the introduction of submarine stuff. So you need destroyers. 2 destroyers in the bomb fleet, 1 destroyer in the boss fleet, and you are good to go. So do that and watch the video. The 7th question, who to 125? I am pretty selective. I was just wondering if there's any obvious choices there. So I'm looking at your OS fleet because that's usually what I use to indicate which ones you need to 125. Overall, though, your 125 choices are fine. There are some questionable ones like Gian maybe and Neptune, but overall you cover basically most of them. I say as of right now, you should be working on like some of the other optional carriers. Like I'll give you some examples. If I can find any, like August von Parseval is a really good 125 option. Enterprise, if you have her at 125 already, I don't know if you do or not. Let me check. Yeah, Enterprise is really good here. You have her at 125 already. There's some other good options as well too. I think Indomi is pretty good 125 nowadays as well. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's any like mandatory ones that you haven't covered already. Like pretty much URs are safe. Well, at least the gacha ones and the DR ship ones are safe. Retrofits sometimes. Kazugumo definitely 125 option worthy. And I I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's any other ship that's here as like mandatory to 125 unless you're doing PvP or something. But for PvE though, you pretty much got all the main ones covered. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you have pretty much all the main ones covered, so you're good to go there. And submarines, I guess. If you're struggling with submarine stuff, then definitely add those in. It'll help you out for hard arbiters as well. So I would definitely 125 subs because you're gonna use them in both all 4 fights or whatever. I just showed my Spotify. Thank God, no one saw anything from that. Eighth question. My level 30 cats aren't great, but my new cats are even worse. And are incremental upgrades worth it, or should I just wait for just to get perfect cats? If you have coins to throw around, just go ahead and buy them every single day. Eventually, you will get a decent cat to work with, and just work on that. But do not reset cats right now. It's just a waste of gold. Trust me, I've reset one cat for like months, and I got nothing from it. So I don't recommend doing that. Just buy it from the shop. You'll eventually get something useful, and then slot that in, level it up, get 3 or 4 damage lines, and just roll with it. Overall, get the general lines, not like faction-based ones. Get overall ones. You should be okay. So I believe that's the end of the questions for afgandude. Thank you for giving me your counter review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.